Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrathmaulana Qamaruzzamansaheb Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Saturday, the 5th of Ramadan, 1445. The English date, 16th of March, 2024. This Majlis took place after the Taraweeh Salat at Darul Ma'arif in Kareli, Alahbadi, UP, India. Hazratwala starts off this majlis by quoting the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Inna yasira riya'i shirkun. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has mentioned that even just the slightest type, the smallest type, minutest type of show in an amal will also constitute shirk. Now shirk is of two types. Shirk Jali, the major type of shirk, is that when a person associates in his ibadat to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the ma'budiyat. A person in his ma'budiyat, he makes someone else also sharik. He also lets somebody else come in his ma'budiyat. When he's worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he ascribes, meaning he's doing it for somebody else as well. The second type, the lighter type of shirk, is that a person is doing it for Allah, but his objective is that somebody else can also know about it and he wants to impress someone else as well. Hazrat Sayyidina Abdul Qadir Jilani has mentioned that stay away, save yourself from shirk khafi, the minor type of shirk as well. Why? Because this minor type of shirk also, the hadith is saying the slightest, smallest, minutest type of shirk is of riya. The minor type of riya is also shirk. So save yourself from the shirk khafi, meaning riya, because when that is explained, what is said? When riya comes, what comes next to it? It is shirk as well. A person asked our Hazratwala that where is this hadith? Whereas it was in the very same kitab that he was teaching. So Hazratwala says to him that have a look, you'll find it in Mishkat Sharif. Therefore, you should always keep in your mind the importance of ikhlas and sincerity. Hazratwala quotes an incident of a Buzrug who carried out his salat for 25 long years with takbir-e-ula, the first takbir. On one occasion, it happened such that he was late for the salat, due to which he must his takbir-e-ula, and these thoughts came to his mind of being ashamed, and what would the people say? Now all these waqiyat, I either heard it from one of the two, Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Saheb and Hazrathmaulana Mohammad Ahmad Saheb. So what did he do? And this is the waqi'at of our Buzurgan-e-Deen. They would quote these waqi'at over and over again so that people can have the thought of ikhlas when they carry out their ibadat. So what is this khulus and ikhlas? It is irda-e bari ta'ala. It is so that we can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the one shirk is that when you associate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his ma'budiyat, when you worship him, you are worshipping somebody else. And that is the shirk jali, the major type. And the shirk khafi is that when you worshipping Allah, you're not associating anybody else. However, your maqsad is to please someone else as well. So this word shirk is said for this. Shirk ke lafz bola jata hai. So we learn from this year how abhorrent a characteristic it is, riya. So Allah Ta'ala ikhlas ke daulat se nawaze. Allah bless us with the great wealth of ikhlas. This riya, the show and ostentation, the nifaq, hypocrisy, and ikhlas, sincerity. In my humble opinion, Hazratwala is saying, I never heard any buzruk making so much of kalam more than that of Hazratmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. On one occasion, Hazratwala is quoting the incident there in the village when they were about to be attacked. And at that time, people gathered and this and that. And what's happening on the other side? Hazratmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab is upset with that. And people thought that people came together, they want to protect the village, the folk there, the children, the women, etc. It was such an important thing. And on this side, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab is upset. But what was it all about? He was trying to say that jaan bhi chali jaye aur ikhlas na ho, that your life is also sacrificed and there is no ikhlas, isiliye data. At that time he scolded and reprimanded. Rather he emphasized more than ever the importance of ikhlas, that you're giving your life. Imagine a person is giving his life and even at that time he does not have ikhlas. So those wasawis were coming into the minds of the people there, that Hazrat is shouting and this and that and the other. So Allah Ta'ala informed Hazrat, there was ilham there, etc. So that's what happened. He scolded, he reprimanded, and on that occasion he spoke so much about ikhlas. Maulana Zahurul Hasan, who was a great person, a great personality, he was in the khidmat of Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab from the early days. In the Jawani, in his youth, and in his old days, he towards the end of the life, he also came to spend time with Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. And what did he have to say? He had so much to say that this personality, referring to Hazrat Shah Wasiullah Sahab, I was with him in his youth and now in his old age. And I just heard him speaking about ikhlas and lillahiyat, sidq. Ya nafs, akhlisi, tatakhallasi. O nafs, adopt sincerity, ikhlas, and you will be blessed with salvation. So if you adopt ikhlas, it is then that you will get salvation. And the mashayikh used to reckon themselves with this particular wordings, this sentence, Ya nafs, O nafs, akhlisi, adopt ikhlas, tatakhallasi, you will be granted salvation. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to tell the people, Kis liye aaye? Kaise aaya? For what did you come? What do you want here? What was it? It was so that people could make tajdeed of their niyat and their ikhlas. Man akhlasa lillahi lamhatan wahidatan naja. The person who dedicates only and solely, full with ikhlas and sincerity, just one moment of his entire life, naja, he will be granted salvation. Now, this is so weighty, this one moment of ikhlas, that it will overpower the entire life which was carried out with shirkiyat and associating partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, just for this one moment, the Buzrugan-e-Deen made so much of mehnat. Yu to karte hai, hazaron nalo faryad hum. Like that, we are calling out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and taking His name hundreds and thousands of times. Bas, agar hamare ek nala bhi pahunch jayega. If only just one of our calling out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can reach Allah, everything will be achieved. Usi ek lamha ke liye, just for that one moment, a person spends his entire life making effort. So man akhlasa lillahi lamhatan wahidatan, all the koshish and all the effort is so that we can be blessed with that one moment of ikhlas and sincerity. And to gain and to get that one moment of ikhlas and sincerity, इसीलिए बुजुर्गों के पास जाया जाता है. That's why we go to the Buzurgan-e-Deen. So our tilawat also is so that that one moment of ikhlas can come about some way and somehow. So how much of effort and emphasis is there not on ikhlas? So much. There's no work, there's nothing that a person does except somewhere along the line the nafs also then accompanies him. It is done for some pleasure of the nafs. Many people, Allama Sharani says, they build bridges, they plant beautiful, beautiful gardens, but together with all of that, they want their name written. By doing that, they put water over all the good they have done. Ikhlas is this, that nobody should know about it. Ikhlas is this, that a person gives with the right hand and just right next to it, right next to him, with him, the left hand doesn't even know about it. You know, Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahib's waqi'at and his incidents are so famous regarding his ikhlas. Sometimes he would be going somewhere and then he would present himself as a blind person so that nobody could recognize him and know who he was. On other occasions, he would even change his clothes that so much so that nobody would even understand him to be a Maulvi and an alim. You know, in a dream, I have seen Hazratwala is saying that Shah Wasiullah Sahib comes to him in a vision and tells him that Qamaruzzamansaheb, I did not even make myself apparent by means of my clothes. I did not even show myself to be a Maulvi even by my clothes. Allahu Akbar. Hazrathmaulana Qasim Sahib, very mashhur waqia about him. Somebody coming from the back screaming out there, Mauli Sahib, Mauli Sahib. And then eventually after he catches up with Hazrathmaulana Qasim Sahib, he says, Hazrat, I am calling you but you're not even turning your attention to me. He says, Acha, is it? But aren't you calling some Maulvi? I mean, I'm not even a Maulvi. Which Maulvi are you talking about? Who are we speaking about? This incident is that of the rector of Darul Uloom Deoband, Hazrathmaulana Qasim Sahib. Allah Ta'ala bless us with ikhlas and sincerity. Man akhlasa lillahi lamhatan wahidatan naja. Allama Sharani says, how is it, how will it be that a person spends his entire life and he is not even blessed with that one moment of ikhlas and sincerity? Therefore, we should make mehnat. Otherwise, like how Allama Sharani says, that not even a moment is found due to which a person is then doomed to hell and Jahannam. And man akhlasa lillahi lamhatan wahidatan naja وَذَلِكَ لِعِزِّ الْإِخْلَاصِ. And this year is because of the importance of ikhlas. Rather, because ikhlas has become so nadir, so scarce that it's not to be found anywhere. So niyat and ikhlas is just a little, and it is so small, and it is for such a short time, just that little. Niyat is just that little in your amal. However, it is so great because it is your bunyad. Everything is built upon that. Ikhlas, बहुत बड़ी नियामत, बहुत बड़ी दौलत. Ikhlas is a great boon. It is a great treasure. So I was saying that Maulana Zahurul Hasan, we took him and we went to leave him. He was leaving. We were going to drop him off at the station. And at that time he mentioned to us, I spent my entire life with this man in his youth and towards the end of his life. Great personality, like Maulana Zahurul Hasan. And his main topic or all his bayanat featured this great aspect of ikhlas. His emphasis was on that. And he would even go on to say to a person who would come to the Khanka for about 30 years he was coming, that why have you come? What do you wish to achieve here? Kaise aaya? Kyu aaya? And then the person would go on to say, I came for Allah, I came for Islah. And immediately he would definitely then say, Are bahut mushkil hai. Bahut mushkil. Why I have come for Allah? Bahut mushkil. I have come for Ikhlas? Are bahut mushkil. Very, very hard. Very, very difficult. What was all that about? All of that was so that he could make the person alert, so he could make tajdeed of his niyat. Perhaps he could come, he could stay, and he would spend all his time, and all of that would be washed away because there was no sincerity whatsoever. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a person who is very, very honorable. Allah bhi bahut ghuyur hai. Therefore, Allah Ta'ala will reward if it is for him. Now look at this here, there's a nuqta here. Man sama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaba. Allah Ta'ala could have just said iman, but Allah Ta'ala attached to that by means of the lips of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said this hadith and conveyed it to us, ihtisaban, that whoever fasts in Ramadan with iman and ihtisab, there is a nuqta there. The nuqta is so that riya can be rid from us. So iman is there. We understand it. It is Allah Ta'ala has decreed this for us. We keep the fast on the month of Ramadan, understanding that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has made it fard upon us. But it is greatly possible that some type of riya can come in, which is not liked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rather, it is really hated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because then it will constitute shirk. So look at it. Everything is maaf. Allah is prepared to forgive everything other than that of shirk. So Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of doing our deeni works with ikhlas. Sleep away even if you have to, but do not backbite about anyone. Do not complain regarding anybody. Ghibat, shikayat. Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of keeping the ta'limat of our Buzurgan-e-Deen in front of us. Myself, I am bound by this. Main khud mukallaf hu. And I must also make amal on this year. And I don't want to keep myself ghafil and negligent. So this was the khas jumla of Hazrathmaulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. He would say that is martaba mahroom nahi rehna. This Ramadan, this time here, do not stay deprived. This time here, let it not pass by and you are deprived. He would even tell us to go and give the message at home to his daughters and the family people. Now, myself, I am reckoning and addressing myself awwalan, and on the next stage, I am passing this on to you. At this time, my health is not too good. I'm not well, and my tabiyat is not so open. I don't have this happiness and this inshirah, But when I see the fervor and this inshirah in you people, then my tabiyat also becomes like that, due to which I sit down and I say something for some few minutes. Rather, man akhlasa lillahi lamhatan, this is for me because I am the eldest, so all the more I should adopt this. It is so great that it will, if one moment of ikhlas is achieved, then thousands of years of shirk will be wiped out and overpowered. Afsos, alas, it is like this also, that many people will pass their entire lives, and eventually in the end, not even one moment of ikhlas was achieved, due to which they would then go to Jahannam. Allah Ta'ala protect us and bless us. Give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of ikhlas. Make dua for one another. All of us have come here for the same maqsad. Allah Ta'ala bless us with ikhlas. And remember also of the ihtisab. When you keep in mind and you have in mind when you carrying out the amal about the reward that Allah is going to give you, iman and ihtisab. You understand it has been prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have to carry this out. Understand also that Allah is going to reward us for it. When you do that, then Riya will disappear and go away. Because when you understand that Allah is going to reward you for it, and at that time if there is Riya, you will expel that Riya, because you understand well, if that Riya is present there is no reward for you. Now let us make dua. Allahumma a'atina imanan la yartaddu wa yaqinan laysa ba'dahu kufrun wa rahmatan analu biha sharfa karamatika fid dunya wal akhirah. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim wa tub alayna innaka antat tawwabur rahim bi hurmati sayyidin nabiyil kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.